and welcome back to another video, guys. In this video I've already gone through it in previous videos, but I'm just going to go through it one more time. But I'll make it very quick and simple, and we'll go through some of the functions on this launch X431 Pro TT. Now this does a full system diagnostics. It literally scans every module there is on the car, such as engine, ABS, airbag. It does bi-directional control. In other words, it lets you activate components such as the fan, the pump, the injectors, etc., which I'll go through it. It does a lot of special functions as well, in terms of resetting oil, electronic parking brake, steering angle sensor, DPF, you name it. In other words, it covers a good variety of vehicles as well, in terms of 100 plus cars, which is a pretty damn good machine, and I'll get into the price in a second as well. And it's fast and wireless as well, as we can see the cable in there. We'll go through it so we all know what it's worth. And in terms of figure, it's about £700, £800, depending on the offers they have on. I'll put the link in below so you can grab one on Amazon, or if you find it elsewhere, but Amazon's your best bet at this current time. This is it. It's a brilliant piece of kit, decent sized screen, and it's touchscreen. Here is our car, so we're going to plug it into this. It's a BMW 3 Series. So this plugs into here. There we go, and you'll see this here. That means it's pairing up. We'll turn the ignition on as well. There we go. And once you've got this on, what we would say is hit the X431 Pro TT app here, and we'll pair it all up and go through it. You've got two sections here. One, local diagnostics and intelligent diagnosis, which picks the car up itself rather than you having to manually select it. Okay. So here it is. It's pairing up to the vehicle, and it's going to detect the VIN chassis. You can also select it manually, but we've done the auto VIN detect. On here it tells us the make, model, and the VIN chassis as well. So it's good for dealers that buy and sell. And then we'll hit this one. This is going to put us onto the next page. Here it is with more information. We've also got the accurate mileage of the vehicle there. Tells us what sort of mileage it has done. Auto, ride and drive. Yep, we'll hit next. Okay, I think I turned the ignition off. Well, I didn't, but the car did itself. So it's going to turn the ignition off as well itself. And I said, well, I've played about with it a little bit. So it's going through the modules. Oh, here we have these options, guys, on this launch. We'll do a health report, which is like a full scan. So we'll let it do a full scan, and this is how quick it goes through the modules, guys. Look at this. It's like Sonic. There you are. So if you're in the garage and you want to do things quite quick and turn them over quickly, this is the machine to have, guys. But we can see, and I love how it kind of brings it up in this sort of format. If we clear the fault codes, so we'll do that. And that's on me, guys. So there we go. Let it do its stuff. Honestly, I just wish they had the hook that they have on some diagnostic machines. I don't care if it's worth £1,000 or £1. I reckon it should have it. I know it costs a bit more, but to be fair, it makes life so easy. So if you come back out of that, guys, there's many other functions. Commonly used special functions, that's the same as this, but narrowed down to a few, most common use. So drive, these are things on the engine component. So for example, if you've put a new DPF in, you hit that, reset. New EGR, you put that, reset. There's a lot of things you can do with this specific diagnostic. In the body control module, again, there's so much you can do. I'm not going to go through them all, but you can clearly see what it covers. This is like your top end stuff, comparing it to other manufacturers. Here you have the steering, the ABS system. If you put a new steering rack on, then you start with that and move on. In other words, maintenance. So for example, on this BMW, we've got these here. So you've got vehicle check. I can reset them, reset. I can reset all these. It's pretty good. But I'm not going to go through it again on this. And this service record. So if you're a local garage, not a BMW specialist, not a BMW dealer, what you can do is add literally all these in one by one. So as you can see there, 000 means it's an independent garage. That is a proper BMW dealer garage, so you can add it on using this as well. Transport mode, obviously that's for other things. And then battery modification and battery replacement. If you've had a new battery in, you pair it up and the start and stop will work. Coding and programming, guys, we always recommend you back it up and then do your job, otherwise, unless in case you do mess up, in other words. So retrofit are things that you've changed on the car. That isn't what manufacturer is. So upgrades, suspension, brake pads and discs and whatnot, you can recalibrate it using this. So here you are. Okay, these are all the codes stored within this vehicle. You can change any of these codes. 90AH, AGM battery, O2, run flat tires. So if you've not got run flat, M Sport brakes. This was my point earlier on. Alarm system. I'm just going to flick through it. Warning triangle lights. There's so much. It'll say this car's a leather, etc, etc. But I'm not going to bore you. But as you can see, what it's capable of. Now, if we can activate tests such as the fan. So if we hit that, activate. If we look at it here, guys, so you can hear, and if you wanted to stop it, we just stop it with that. You can also activate your EGR, swirl flap and whatnot. If I can get that straight, yep. But you're not going to hear these unless you had it in your hands. These are a few other things. So fog light, if we hit it, and if we hit activate, there is certainly nobody in the car, guys. There you go. It activates it all. And if you come back out of this, and let's say you have, well, indicators as well, but there is something else called hazard warning light. There you are. These are the hazard lights, guys. The hazard warning lights, I'll activate it. There you go. It's pretty amazing. There's so much features you can do. There you go. We've got rear spoiler. That's the rear spoiler, guys. If I can get it in. Activate. Boom. There you go. There's just so much you can do with this diagnostic machine. There's many more options that you can use. But these are some of which that you can do. And more importantly, guys, another thing we need on these games in this diagnostic world is looking at live data. So for example, a lot of you will probably look at the suit content, look at like the DPF pressure sensor. You can literally select anything here, any of these, and look at the live data. So for example, the battery voltage, even though it tells us there, it also tells us there in every single digit. But I'm not here to say this is the best of the best in the world, but reality is it ticks every box that you require, and the price also confirms that, you know, it's worth every penny. Because if you're comparing this to other manufacturers, like for like, I've always said Autel's a good product to compare because Autel stuff are very good, but they're overpriced. Reality is, like for like, on Autel you'd be talking 1,500 quid, similar to this, whereas this is only 700 quid, guys. I'll put the link in below. I'd like to hear your feedback as well. Tell me what you think, and thank you for watching, guys.